You niggas ready?
Yeah, we ready.
I can't hear you. Are you ready?
All right, Captain.
I'm ready.
Who lives in the project is right next to downtown. It's the hero.
You are now stepping to the ledge.
Now recording.
All right, everybody, welcome to The Ledge. I am your host, Ken Bro, and I have the homies with me as well. What up, the local hero?
Oh, yeah. Local hero, a.k.a. the Second City Saint.
What up, G?
What's cracking, yo?
Two Countries, say what up, man.
Yeah, what's happening, everybody?
All right, we're going to kick off the show with two topics at hand. The first one is Chicago, the city itself. As of right now, at least two of us are born and raised in Chicago. And the other two migrated up here to Chicago from the great state of Mississippi.
Hey, what the fuck is great? Ain't shit great in Mississippi.
Nah, hold on.
Great in Mississippi.
No,
Mississippi,
Ken.
the birthplace of racism.
What up?
Time's out. Ken,
What up?
you migrated up here from Chicago. That nigga went straight past Chicago. So
He went to Aurora.
that nigga ain't got nothing to say
so
about
Ronnie ain't gonna
Chicago.
have shit to say.
Right, he just
gonna
gonna listen.
Chicago.
You know what I'm saying?
He like Drake trying to make a song about the city. Nobody want to hear that shit.
So he can't collect his
Shout out to Drake.
$200 for going past go?
Nah, fuck
Yeah,
that. I'm gonna get my input on that.
He had the income tax joint.
I'm gonna get my
But shout out
input
to
on
Drake.
that. Hold up.
I still
All right.
rob him, but shout out.
Time's out. In all fairness, Ronnie, have you been to the south side of Chicago?
Yes, sir.
You've been to the west side of Chicago?
Yes, sir.
You've been to the north side of Chicago?
I got lost on the north side.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
You been in
You drink
downtown?
wine? Hell yeah.
Hold up.
I've
You've been downtown Chicago.
Yes, sir.
You can speak about Chicago.
Thank you, because that bean ain't shit.
Hold up. Have you been to the Wild Hundreds?
That's true.
Yes.
You sure?
Fuck you.
Yep. Because the hoes
You've
out
been
there.
on the
they
low
wild.
end. You've been on the low end?
Yeah, them wild hunted hoes. They are every bit of ratchet as mother. That's like you going to fucking.
Them hoes will get you robbed.
Yeah, man.
Ronnie,
It's like you going to
gonna
the
get
zoo.
you. Nah, Ronnie gonna get you. Ronnie gonna get killed.
The ratchets be
Yeah,
in
them
there
wild
like,
hunted hoes long though.
Hold up. Ronnie.
I'm be like, man, you don't got to the hundreds no more. What's up?
You got two more questions. You been to the low end?
Yeah.
You been to the low end?
I'm be honest with you. I've been all over Chicago, literally.
No.
Okay.
These are
an important
specific. These are
Here's an
specifics.
important question. Do you eat ketchup on your hot dogs?
Hell no. I barely eat hot dogs.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you.
You drink
Now, let me
wine
tell
and
you
you eat
this.
hot dogs. Don't lie
No,
to
let
us.
me tell you this. I was shocked when I had my first hot dog up there. Where that motherfucker had onions and it had fucking hand cut French fries smashed on that bitch. And I'm like, nigga, that looks stupid. And then I had one in my hand. I'm like, damn, that was smart as fuck.
Have you been to
Instead of-
Jewtown?
Have you been to
That's where I got it from.
Okay.
Okay, Cole, you win. Okay, you
Now,
can talk.
hold on,
You
no.
win.
Have you had a Chicago style hot dog?
I don't like those. I'm sorry.
The fuck you mean,
Okay, you
son?
can't talk. You done. No, you done. Okay,
See?
he done. He ain't got nothing to say.
No. We ain't even asked him the most important
No, he
question. What style of pizza you
What's
like?
the most important question?
What type of pizza you like?
Man, I'm
No, hold on. Give me your
Be
pizza
honest.
place. Give me your pizza place.
Man,
Yeah.
my pizza
What's
place.
your favorite pizza place?
My pizza place down there about to be gone, man.
What is it?
What's your pizza place?
Man, my pizza place is
You about to be fired.
it's
Anytime a fat motherfucker I think about a pizza place, he lying.
You know that feeling that curl in your stomach.
be honest with you, I don't have no favorite pizza place because
No, you full of shit. Everybody got a favorite pizza place.
man,
What's your favorite pizza place, G?
Pizza
It's
Hut,
pizza.
man.
It's pizza, motherfucker.
Pizza Hut. Did you say Pizza Hut?
Oh, you
ain't
can't
got
talk.
You done.
No, you can't talk. No.
You done. Okay.
A lot of
You
pizza
can
dudes,
your shit been
man.
revoked.
Oh no.
I mean, I went to Geno's East and
No.
they cheese tastes
No.
like rubber. Them deep dishes ain't that.
Yo, you really revoked. Ken, what's your favorite pizza place?
Oh my god. Did you hear him?
Watch out quick motherfuckers ask these questions. Ken, what's your favorite pizza place?
Look, I never been to Beggars. I heard about it a lot.
Vegas
but I never,
overrated to me. That's
I
overrated.
never
to me.
been there.
Vegas fine. They fine.
I'm just
They don't break it to me.
I'm big on chicken wings. That's big in Chicago.
Ken, what's your favorite pizza place?
I honestly don't have a favorite pizza place, but I will tell you the one I enjoy the most.
What you enjoy the most?
That was Falco's. I enjoy it.
Man, Joe. That's probably the pizza I eat the most. That's crazy.
G, what's your favorite pizza place, Joe?
I'm not really a pizza person, and I don't have a favorite pizza place. I used to think pizza was pizza until I came up here and realized, and I had Dominic's Pizza, and I realized pizza wasn't just pizza. So
there you go.
Yeah, so
yeah,
like I said, Falco's is the one I enjoy the most. But I don't have a favorite one.
He's in this conversation.
My favorite pizza place is generally is Gino's East, and that's when I'm in around one of the original Gino's East. But like the pizza I eat the most is Beggars and Falco's.
Can't fuck with Gino's, man.
Yeah, my two favorite. I got two favorites. It's still Home Run Inn, the original. I still fuck with Home Run Inn, and I'm gonna say Giordano's, but not the deep dish, the regular pizza.
I mean, Giordano's is decent.
If I'm with a tourist, I'll get the deep dish.
Ronnie, you like Pizza Hut, G? You can't speak about this.
What the fuck is you saying from Chicago?
What type of shit is this?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Eminem said, "I am what I am."
All right,
hold on, wait.
Hold
on though, but hold on 1 second though. In Ronnie's defense, you got to treat him like Monique. He from a place where Pizza Hut was the top thing.
Ken, the reason your argument doesn't follow is because you follow suit. You just said when you got up here, you realized that it wasn't pizza, just wasn't a pizza. Like, what the fuck is wrong with your? But
the difference between me and him though is I was put in a position to experience different type of stuff like that. Like, I went to high school here and I also went to college, so I mingled with a lot of people that was from Chicago, which led me to that. Where he didn't have that whole environment.
Didn't y'all have Sbarros?
Let me tell you,
Ronnie as a fat person should know better.
I'm gonna tell you. Where I got hooked at when I came up here, it wasn't pizza, it wasn't wings, it was tacos and nachos. Because we didn't have no taco spot down there with authentic.
Okay, we do got some good taco spots.
Man, it's hella. I've been hooked on those shit there since I've been up here, man.
From where though, nigga? From where? You ain't talking about from Chicago. We talking about Chicago.
What are you talking about?
Chicago.
What's a good taco spot? I mean,
come on, nigga. What's a good,
man? Right down 18th with the Mexicans. You walk in that bitch, everybody run out saying "Gringo, Gringo, green card." They run. I like Los Camales.
I have.
Hold up. The Los Camales you talking about is like the best one, Joe. To me, anyway.
Yeah, the one on 18th.
I don't like the one on 26. On the real.
Mm-mm.
Well, I've been to a couple of them in Chicago, but I never knew the name of them because I don't really eat out there like that.
You ain't had Raymond's before, nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Raymond's.
So on Blue Island and Damon. And then this one on yeah. It's like two of them that I know of anyway.
Oh no, I'm just a nigga.
A Toto Nico. You don't fuck with a Toto Nico?
I don't know the names of these places.
I was just about to tell you if he know the names of the shit, he better than me because half the taco places I went to, I don't know the motherfucking name. I just know where they at. I just know what Raymond's. I just know Raymond's because people say that a lot. Yeah, like I don't know that the one over there where my dad live at. I don't know the name of it. I just go to it.
I don't either, but that shit was good. That shit was good to the motherfucker.
I have never had a drunk burger in my life till I came up here from Maxwell.
Oh yeah. In the morning when you fucked up.
I got so high with y'all that night. I still remember that night.
Black History Month is the shit, yo. I used to kill at Jewtown. Dollar 25-cent joint. Give me 30.
Hold up, Ronnie. When you talking about, Ronnie? You ain't talking about at our career, was you?
No, this was when I first started to come out to Ken Dan crib.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit. I don't think he was around yet.
Right. That's what I was asking.
Man, I got so fucking high.
Yeah, that was the day he got high. He kept calling my name while sitting on the goddamn couch, just constantly calling my name.
Man, that was scary, man. I ain't been high like that in a while. That was scary.
Okay, with all that being said, y'all gave the man his pass. Y'all took his pass away. So where we at?
I smoke y'all weed in the city because you gave me that shit. Talking about some
Can I just add this up for a second? So you say your favorite pizza place is the Pizza Hut, and you don't like Gino's East, which is one of the better pizza places in Chicago.
But as you said to your point, you said one of the original Gino's East. Maybe he had a Gino East that wasn't,
No. All of that's fair because they do. It is one over there by him somewhere. Yeah, like it's around West Chicago or some shit. I seen it out there one day. But hold on, not just that. He don't know no particular place that he was in Chicago, but yet he claimed to have been all over Chicago. He says he loved tacos in Chicago, but he don't know where he got any of those tacos from.
But so I can validate him going to the South Side. I can validate him going to the South Side because he went to the South Side when we was in the condo when he was trying to talk me into going to that chick house, and I told him I'm not going nowhere. No,
I actually remember that.
Yeah,
damn, I actually remember that.
It was a seashell.
Everybody listen to the podcast. Chicago is this serious. We argue about this shit just like that.
And there was a seashell. I thought a seashell was a goddamn
don't tell when you've been to Chicago or you've been to Midway. Nobody want to hear that shit. I've been to Chicago. Where? O'Hare. That shit don't count, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Sit O'Hare.
I'm telling you, ain't no. I hate motherfuckers say I was born in Chicago. Where was you born at, Lyle? That ain't no fucking. Get the fuck out of here.
Damn.
Oh man, I was in the military with a guy that he told me he was from Chicago, and so we got to talking. I was like, man, where you be at Chicago? He told me he used to be on 22nd Street. I'm like, you saying that wrong. I kept telling him like, you're not saying that right. Like, cause it's Cermak, you know what I'm saying? So he kept telling me 22nd Street. And I'm like, 22nd and what? He's like, I don't know, but it's like about an expressway. So, I'm guessing he been to McCormick Place. And then when I asked him, like, where were you born at? He said Schaumburg. I'm like, where do you live at? He said Schaumburg. So I'm guessing he was going to the auto show. And he just remembered 22nd as an address or some shit. But, that's not Chicago. Like, if you're not born in Chicago, you're not born in Chicago. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong with that. Just don't say you're from Chicago.
But can they preface it by saying they from Chicago land?
That's cute. That's the shit you see when you're looking for cars or when you're looking for houses and cars. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's not a general term. Yeah, y'all from Chicago land. Nah, because a lot of people in Chicago call Chicago the land. So no, that don't work.
Wow.
Hey, I tried, y'all.
Hey, everybody out there, let me give y'all warning.
Borders.
If you go to Chicago and you look for cars, never go on Western. Don't buy any cars off Western. Any place on Western. Or Cicero.
And Chicago don't like how people have suburbans use their name as reference to where they live at. But I really don't give a care. I don't give a fuck about that dirty son bitch. I say I'm from Aurora, goddamn, or I live in Aurora.
And people be like, what the fuck is that? And then the first, what's he gonna say? Oh, is this far from Chicago? Oh, okay. Fuck out of here. Nobody know where the fuck you at. Jesus don't even know where Aurora exists. Fuck out of here.
Real shit. Motherfuckers be like Naperville. Everybody know what Naperville is. Don't nobody know what the fuck Aurora is, though. And when you do think of Aurora, you think about Colorado.
Jesus be like, where are you from, my son? I'm from Aurora. Jesus be like, where the fuck is that? Let me put it on the GPS.
He ain't got to worry about that. He ain't going to heaven. Shit.
He know, like, where's Aurora?
Where's Aurora? Let me look this up on Dad. Hey, Dad, you know where Aurora is?
Hey, let's go find a pile of pigeons. That's Chicago.
Dad, what city did you make? Well, in Illinois, I made Rockford, I made Elgin, I made Chicago, I made Springfield. Did you make anything else?
You know what's crazy?
Not a note.
You know what's crazy? I was downtown in Chicago, and a pile of pigeons came up around me and was like, "You from around here?"
Because Because they know you got the food. They're like, this fat motherfucker got some food.
What was you at in downtown Chicago? What streets was you on?
Oh, I was next to that lion that be saying, "Right, kill
ain't no
me."
Street. Ain't no street next to that lion.
I don't know the street.
Ain't no street next to that lion. G.
Boy, you a goddamn lie.
That is a big street.
Goddamn lie,
that is a huge street. That is a huge street you off of. How the fuck you don't know what street you?
It's on, I think it's
okay,
Union.
ain't talking.
Ain't it
Who's
Union?
next?
It's
Okay,
Union, right across the street
from the Union Station.
Yeah,
for real.
Oh Lord,
what the fuck is he?
Oh Lord.
All right. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, you fucked up.
All right.
Hey, Ronnie, you're absolutely right, G. You're absolutely right. It's only like a mile away. That's all. That's
right.
You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up.
Hey, you know what? I don't even care. You know Chicago fucked up too, right? You know Chicago fucked up too, right?
Anyway.
Okay.
Let's Chicagoans are talking. Watch your goddamn mouth. Chicagoans talking.
Man.
Ongawa.
Man, R. Kelly should piss on the whole bitch.
That was man, did the attack dog come out? But anyway,
He's on Chicago like R. Kelly did that little girl.
I was by the lines that was next to the Union Station, which is like a couple miles away. But then I went from the line. I went and I decided I want some Harold's chicken on Cermak. So then I walked over there and got the chicken because it was only 3 blocks away. I got the Harold's chicken. I said, "Fuck, I need some Dimenso on Taylor." So then I just go ahead and I walked over to Taylor and I got that. And then I went to Benny's on Roosevelt because that's right next to each other. And then I watched the Bulls game in the United Center because all that shit's right next to each other.
Yeah, nigga, it's right next to each other.
All that shit.
Oh, man,
they're like right next door. They're right next door.
All right. Okay. All right.
I was watching the Sox game. I was like, this shit boring. So then I walked over to Wrigley Field.
Okay. All right.
Although I know niggas that did that for real though.
For future reference, anything that far north is Wisconsin. Fuck out of Wrigley Field. Anything that far north is now Wisconsin. Can't even get no good pizza over there. The fuck out of here. Wrigley Field is now Wisconsin. Wrigleyville is Wrigleyville, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Fuck out of here.
Wrigleyville, Wisconsin. God dang.
I can't even vouch for good pizza on the north side. That's messed up.
Exactly. Anything that far north with no good pizza is fucking Wisconsin. All they got is drunk white people.
But in their defense,
and PBR
with all the drinking that's going on in Wrigleyville, does that even really matter?
No. From what I'm told, it does not matter.
All they got is drunk white people and PBR. Ain't that shit to Wisconsin?
I remember driving towards Wrigley Field, and it's like soon as I crossed that imaginary borderline into Wrigleyville, I just felt this sense of drunkenness. I just felt this instant drunkenness just come over me. Like I didn't even drink nothing. How did I get drunk that fast?
I took this female. She's from Pittsburgh. We went up there. We was at Wrigleyville. I had on a Sox hat. 5 white people was like, "Yeah, take that hat off, and I'll give you a beer." I said, "I don't want none of what you drinking, buddy." You smell like a World Series loss and a Bears bathroom at halftime. Fuck out of here. I don't want that shit. You smell like old pastrami loaf.
Okay.
I don't want to drink that shit.
But anyway, let me ask this question starting with G. So G, with everything, your experience in your lifetime in Chicago, how do your feelings toward Chicago different from when you was younger to now?
Man, shit. I mean, mostly because, like, I grew up partially on 79th Street and partially on 119. My teenage years were spent out in the hundreds. But I went to school all the way on, I went to Dunbar. So, I was traveling, a bunch of different distances. So,
Dunbar, but training ground for Cook County.
Fuck you. So, I guess back then I started experiencing Chicago early. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just wanted to see it. I used to see Chicago when I was a kid because my dad was a truck driver. So, you know what I'm saying? I used to drive around with him. So I used to see the city. So the older I got, the more I wanted to see the city. But I guess sometimes when you grow up in the middle of a situation, you don't really see how fucked up it is sometimes. So for me to see, I guess, how bad the south side of Chicago was, I had to move to the west side. It wasn't until I was on the west side arguing with people on the west side about how bad the west side was that I started realizing how bad the south side was. So then, eventually I moved back out to the hundreds again because it's kind of can't get away from it. And I don't know, like my goal was started to be to get away from Chicago the older I got, basically. So I guess now I look at it like, I don't know how I look at it. I guess be like, man, fuck that shit.
All right. So same question to the local hero.
Also the Second City Saint, shout out. So when I was younger, man, it was rules. It was rules and a code of ethics. Like, I don't know about the South Side when I was younger, because I didn't really go on the South Side like that. I was straight West Side. But it was rules to this shit, man. Like, you didn't just pop off in front of cops because that shit was bad for business. You didn't just we used to throw hands and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? When we got into some beef, we'd throw hands with motherfuckers. Your crew, my crew, we threw hands. You know what I'm saying? And to me, Chicago, actually, when I was younger, Chicago was actually a lot more fun because you didn't really get to go to Navy Pier and all that shit. Even though I wasn't that far from it, I didn't get to go to that shit like every single day until I got into high school. And then I started getting tired of that shit. But then as I got older, man, shit, these young motherfuckers, this shit don't change, man. Ain't no rules no more, man. Motherfuckers and this is anywhere though. I'm pretty sure this is anywhere. But motherfuckers ratting on each other, man. They shooting the motherfucking homies. You live right next door to the motherfucker. They shooting you. Oh, some stupid shit, man. Motherfuckers out here fighting over bitches. Motherfuckers. It got so crazy, yo. They shortened the taste. That's how crazy shit got. You gotta get patted down and go into the taste, and then they shortened it. Like I never saw no shit like this. Like,
when you say they shorten it, what does shorten it mean?
Well, the taster was 9 days at first, and then they cut it down to like 5 days or some shit. But the taste used to be 9 days leading into the 4th of July. That was the taste.
Yeah.
4th of July was always the last day.
It just start in June, and then it go from late June to like the 4th.
To the 4th of July.
But now they shortened this shit. They shortened it, and then they moved it back. Because motherfuckers wilding, man. Motherfuckers don't know what to do.
Yeah, it's after. The last taste of Chicago I was at, they were shooting. Matter of fact, no, they was fighting or some shit happened. I was with Ken. I think I was with Ken. I was with Monique. I know that. Matter of fact, I don't know who else I was with, but I was with Monique.
My homeboy got shot at the Taste, man. That shit crazy. Back when I was a little homie, you didn't do shit at the Taste because that was downtown. If you did anything downtown, they was on your ass. Ain't no getting away. You done. But now, motherfuckers just do whatever, wherever, man. It's crazy. But I'm not going to sit there and say it's any worse than what it is because I believe a lot of this shit ain't happening, man. A lot of this shit is perpetuated, man. Like a lot of this shit. Here's my theory on it, man. If you look, right, when we were shorties, everybody didn't want to be in the city. Everybody wanted to be in the suburbs. But now they seeing, okay, the city is where I work at. All this shit is in the city. So now they want to push everybody out the city. Like they want to send all the motherfucking black people to the suburbs. So what they do, they take a motherfucker from the village and they stick them in like Motown. Or they take motherfuckers from fucking from the low end and they put them in K-Town. Then that creates, you know what I'm saying, friction and everything. And what happens when violence go up, the motherfucking the property value go down. So now you got motherfuckers like the UIC who's been doing this shit for years. They like, oh well, we'll offer you 100,000. Your house is only worth 50. Take the 100,000. So now they're getting this shit for pennies. You know what I'm saying? So I believe a lot of this shit is perpetuated so they can go ahead and start gentrifying the shit because remember fucking Bronzeville? Bronzeville is Vanillaville now. I'm telling you, I saw a Starbucks and a bitch walking a pit bull in a sweater. I said, oh, this shit over. My mom lived right there. I said, your rent finna go the fuck up. you could tap out cans of Christmas.
And they built what's that, University Village, when they built that, like it was over with.
That's why I lived there. Yeah, that's why I lived there.
On the real.
We used to pay it was like $700, man. Them motherfuckers built that shit, man. That shit went $1,400. My mom was paying $800. And they got through building all that shit, man. That shit went $1,500. That's what they do, man. And that's how they get you out because you can't pay rent now. So now they want to squeeze your ass out to the suburbs. Oh, these houses are cheap. Go ahead out here. So that's why I think a lot of that violence shit.
Look what happened to like Harvey. That's how Harvey got like that. Like
Yo, I ain't never fuck
Riverdale.
with Harvey, man. I went in Harvey, man. I used to ride through Harvey and get the fuck out of Harvey, man. Because them motherfuckers was
Yeah, I
on
fuck with
bullshit in
Harvey.
Harvey. Man, they was on bullshit in Harvey, man. I ain't fuck with Harvey like that. I get in and get out. For
I had
real.
a few motherfuckers I fuck with out there. Like,
What was I? I was
I mean, it
living
was
in
cool.
Park Forest. I didn't even fuck with Harvey. Or Chicago Heights. I didn't even fuck with Chicago Heights.
But shout out to Club 390 out there, man. That's a great club.
But yeah, that's my opinion on the situation, yo.
Okay,
you want to say something, Ronnie?
So I'm finna ask Ronnie a question.
How many times when you was younger?
Hey, hold on. I want to ask Ronnie a question, and it's a fair question. It's a fair question, okay? It's just a question, so don't try to shoot me or maul him, okay? So Ronnie,
are we all gonna shoot the messenger? Go ahead.
I'm here.
So, being that you hail from the state of Mississippi, Vicksburg, Mississippi, when you first came to Chicago or came and seen Chicago, what was your first impression?
My first impression of Chicago was, wow, this is nice. It's like a lot of buildings, a lot of this. It seemed like it was a lot of shit going on up here.
That's a good question.
But all the stuff I saw on TV, it was hard to get to. And when I saw that traffic for the first time, I'm like, man, this shit's retarded. How you got a nice ass car, you stuck in traffic for half the time?
Ronnie, let me ask you a question because now I'm interested.
Go ahead.
I'm really interested in this because you're from Mississippi. So in Mississippi, did they show Chicago news down there?
I was gonna ask that.
Like, did you see what happened, or did you read in the paper?
It was always a general thing. Like if something real big happened up here, we knew about it.
Actually, what was the perception down there of Chicago? Like, say you never came to Chicago. What was the perception that they gave you?
The perception of Chicago was a lot of TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
And just like how you are a diehard Chicago man. That's what they portrayed. Like Chicago was the city to love. And I thought it was just a cool place to come up here. But man, I got to hearing about motherfuckers getting robbed, they bike. And it was just crazy, One of the guys told me that shit. He had his LeBron McDonald jersey on, and he was just walking down the street, man. And a dude told him to unask that jersey, man, with a pistol in his face. He took that jersey off and gave it to him. He wanted the damn Lloyd Banks. He wanted the Lloyd Banks shirt he had on.
Wow,
and it was just like when I got up here, it was a whole bunch of shit that just started to like stick out that I didn't know nothing about. I thought this was a cool ass city. You know what I'm saying?
How old was you?
When I came up here, I was 21.
Damn.
Oh, we destroyed that perception quick.
Yeah, man. Wow. I was 21, man. I was 21.
The fuck did they bring me up to?
Man. Then when I started to drive out to y'all crib, I was like maybe 23. And when I had my Cadillac, man, I was just so fucking scared to just leave that car left alone and go in y'all crib.
Here's another question for you. Now, being from Mississippi, when you came up here, the slang terminology or the language barrier, did that affect you? Like, did you understand what we were saying? Or did you have to get used to it? Or did we understand? Like, did people from up here understand what you were saying? Or
one thing it was a little bit the same because as soon as I started talking, y'all could tell I wasn't from there. But y'all was saying like a little weird shit too that kind of stuck out. I mean, I never.
I'm saying that because a majority of the motherfuckers from Chicago, our people are from Mississippi. Like my people are from Mississippi. That's what I'm asking that. How did it?
My accent was a little thick. Y'all was sounding like city folk, and it was crazy to me. But y'all said this one thing that kind of like it used to fucking bother the shit out of me. Normally I would say, hey, loan me $5 and I'll pay you back. Y'all would say, borrow me $5.
I ain't never said borrow me $5. I say
loan
me a fin.
I ain't never said borrow me no.
That's
just incorrect English. So just like borrow me $5.
Early 2006, 7-ish, and I'm like, why the fuck y'all saying that? Y'all adults.
Oh, with it, I say borrow me. I said let me get a fin off you, or let me borrow a pen.
Yeah, that's what I would hear. I don't know
used
what
to hear
motherfuckers you was around at that time.
These were straight Chicago niggas. Borrow me $10 and I'll pay you back. Borrow me this and borrow me that.
You sure they wasn't Aurora niggas? Because you know, they could have been Aurora niggas.
Nah, man. Now when I first came up here, when I first started fucking with y'all hardcore, man, y'all taking me to some wild ass parties, and all of y'all, all the motherfuckers there was talking like that. Even the females was saying that stupid shit.
I know ain't none of my niggas said that shit.
I know ain't none of my homies said that.
I don't know, man. Y'all was calling everybody homies then. I don't know, but that shit just stuck out to me. That's that one thing that stuck out to me with the language barrier.
We'll say a
I thought I was saying it wrong. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was saying something. I'm like, I never said that to nobody, but it was always being said to me or around me.
Yeah, we'll be like, let me get a fin or a sawbuck or a dub or something. I never heard a motherfucker say borrow me.
That shit sound.
I never heard a motherfucker say $5.
Man, that shit's stupid.
Unless I was asking my grandmother for some money or my mom, I'm like, hey, let me get $5. I'm asking the homies, hey, let me get a fin off you.
And now that you say that, it probably was a whole bunch of Aurora motherfuckers saying that shit.
I got another interesting question for you. Now you from Mississippi? I know y'all got Bloods and Crips down there, right?
That's what they want to call it. So I challenged all Bloods and Crips to hit me upside the head by me throwing a gang down.
Well, hold on. Now, when you came to Chicago, because the gang culture is 100% totally different. How did you transition? Like, what did you think about that? How did you transition?
It's a separate question. You need to ask him first. Were you ever in any situation that was gang prone? Like was you in any? Were you ever caught up in anybody's shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, did anything ever happen to you where gang seemed like something was about to like go down?
No, I was always so neutral.
Oh no, yeah you was. I will remind you, you was at Justin dorm room that night.
I know exactly
when that shit was about to go up.
Oh yeah,
and I was about to beat
homie. Was still up here too.
Yeah, dude was talking that tough guy shit. Yeah, you was in some shit.
Oh yeah,
but I asked that because I want to know I want to know your feeling about how real shit got, basically.
That wasn't gang mentality. That was homie.
Oh no, I was on my bullshit. No, I was on my bullshit. They was basketball players. No, I was on my bullshit. I let him know I was on my bullshit.
He was steady throwing up his set on.
Man, I was on my bullshit.
But them niggas was on my bullshit. See, that's the shit I do to them niggas down south, though. That's what I was doing to them. You know, I challenge that shit. You gonna claim something? Prove it to me, because I'm a hard nigga to prove some facts to. Now, if you claim you really running the streets like this, do something to me for throwing your set down.
Yeah, you know what? He right. He is a very hard nigga to prove facts to, because it took forever to prove to him that like Soulja Boy was whack and shit like that. This dude is one bullheaded motherfucker, Joe.
Hey, but Ronnie, let me give you some.
Let me give you some Soulja Boy shit. Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Y'all not understanding where I'm coming from with the Soulja Boy thing, man. This nigga created a lane. He created a lane for himself.
He followed a lot of motherfuckers.
I'm not saying this nigga. I'm not saying
it. Ronnie's telling the truth though. I don't fuck with homie, but he did father a lot of these motherfuckers.
Now he was that German. He was the German in the game. They created all of these little pumps and these little guys. Yeah. He was that German that started that virus.
I say even Drake. Even Drake,
man, he started that shit.
So yeah, I get that. But
you know what? Everybody.
Why Drake make a freestyle called Chicago?
That shit was whack.
I'm gonna tell you what Drake doing.
That shit was whack.
Drake brown nosing because he is a white nigga. You know what a white nigga is? That's a nigga that's black and white. They got two separate. They got different culture parents. Those are actual white niggas. You got the
Let's call them mulattoes.
Nah, them are white niggas.
Got that Steve Harvey suit.
Let's just keep it real, man. Those are white niggas. And this nigga is brown nosing. He know he got those black people wrapped around his fingers. So you know what he doing? He talking about 6 God this and 6 God that. And
Here's the thing though.
What is a 6 God?
Wu-Tang forever and all this kind of shit.
That's his fucking area code where he's from. But here's the thing, though. Let me put that out here. Let me put this out here. When it comes to motherfuckers, yeah, real motherfuckers don't.
What area code do you get out of 6 God?
No, Toronto is his area code 6 something. So that's why he say 6 God. In Chicago, that'd be misconstrued. I know what you're saying, G.
Right. Okay.
I know what you're saying.
But he was about to go there too.
But he trying to sound like he a hood nigga when he say shit like that.
Here's my thing with people like that. And here's
he said he got niggas in Toronto that been to jail too, nigga.
Who gives a fuck?
People come to Chicago. People tell me. Here's my thing. When people tell me, they say, I'm going to Chicago, and I tell them the same thing. If you mind your business and stay your ass in that tourist section, you're going to be okay.
And that's exactly what I've been doing. Every time I was coming to your crib, I mind my own fucking business, man.
But real respect, because I done been in Harlem, Brooklyn, I done been all through DC, I done been all through Baltimore. Real respect, real. So if you come in there, you're a real motherfucker, you ain't on no bullshit, they gonna respect you. But it's gonna go back, and this gonna round into Drake. Real motherfuckers check out the way you move. That's why Drake don't have a bunch of real motherfuckers that really fuck with him, because he makes sucker movements. That's why that's why he making that shit to try to appease big cities like Chicago, and then he up in New York. He like, I'm in Houston, all this, because he's trying to get that rub, because he fuck with Jay Prince, and Jay Prince is a real motherfucker. But a real motherfucker look at your move.
I think we lost him. I think we lost him.
Your movement.
Man, you can't be talking about that nigga online like that. You can't be talking about Drake like that online. Nigga, shut your shit off.
Nigga, please. That nigga said he's stepping out on the ledge, so he on the ledge, G. That's what this shit about. So
hold on. I almost got into some
Drake a motherfucking internet ghost.
I almost got into some real shit in Harlem, because I was in Harlem. I had my Jordan rookie jersey on, and I had on some red Chucks. And I was like, man, G this. And them motherfuckers was blood out there. I ain't fucking know what the fuck was out there. Man, blood, why the fuck you keep saying G this? Man, look, I don't know shit about Blood and Crips, but I can tell you about GDs and Vice Lords. What the fuck you talking about? I was like, I'm from Chicago. Oh, okay. So you know what I'm saying? If you move in a certain way, no matter where you go, motherfuckers gonna respect you. But if you a bitch, you're gonna be a bitch anywhere you go.
True.
Yeah, it is true.
That comment you say, I can smell the bitch in you. That's how it is. Motherfuckers is wolves out there. So when you go to Chicago, every day wolves out there. They go, man, they can smell. Yo, he ain't on shit. He moving funny. He moving wrong.
See, when I'm in the city, when I need gas or a soda or a honey bun or some shit.
See, first of all, you fuck up because you say soda. Get that shit out your vocabulary right now.
I just never fuck with nobody.
Pop.
I can't call a soda. I'm sorry, I can't call a soda a pop, bro. Where I'm from.
That's right. You ain't been in Chicago long enough. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Pop to me just sound too soft and feminine. Like, ugh.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
I still can't say that. I've been up here since sophomore year of high school, and I still can't call it a pop.
What you call it, G?
Pop.
I thought that's what you call a father figure. I'm sorry.
You go get a Coke. What you call it, G?
That's a dad.
No, it's pops.
Some people call it a pop too.
I actually call mine pops.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, what would you call with that then?
I drink pop, nigga.
Right,
I drink pop, nigga.
All right, so let's go to the next one, because I want to hear Ronnie. Me too. I want to hear Ronnie like view of shit, because Ronnie's he's an out of towner, and he's like, you know what I'm saying? So he can tell us the city from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Me and G, we gonna see it one way, how we was raised in it.
I tell people all the time that I'm in Aurora, Illinois, and you know what? They always continue to generalize everything as Chicago.
They don't know the lines.
What part of Chicago you in? I'm like, I'm not in Chicago. I'm in Aurora.
I'm from Aurora, Illinois, and God be like, where is that, my son? Let's GPS that, because I do not remember that shit. I must have been drunk with your mother when I made that city.
It didn't seem crazy though. But yeah, I remember. I don't know if I told y'all this, but it was one day I was leaving the loft, and I had backed out of this alleyway, and this woman just walked up to my car and just jiggle my door handle, man. Like, Like, I welcomed her in my shit. And I'm like, do this really happen? Man,
That's how you get your ass shot.
Man,
that's how you get shot, because I'm definitely...
Hold up, you talking about the alleyway behind our crib?
Right across the street, that little school was over there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The little dip out. Yeah, you should have told us, man. We should have
scared you. I'm like, leave my ass home, man. I think I be going 80, 90 miles going home, bro. I gotta get the fuck out of this city, man. Like,
a nigga robbed me behind our crib before. Me and the shorty I was with. And I just ran in the crib, got my pistol, and started looking for him. Like,
that's what you got the banger for. I wonder what the fuck you
I was looking for him.
I remember you going there one. You ain't tell me what the fuck was happening. I remember I was in the kitchen and you come out with with the banger and you just walk straight the fuck out the back like hard.
Shit, hell, I didn't even know that shit.
That shit was scary, man.
Because
he walked out the back.
The motherfucker he walked up was like, man, one of y'all got a cell phone. It was like, fuck. By the time I even he was already next to her and he had the pistol pointed at her already. I'm like, fuck. So she was like, she started talking shit. I pulled out my wallet, handed it to him and shit. Like, no, I didn't. Let me rephrase. Gave my credit card and my ID. And so the nigga went to the gas station over there on Pulaski and shit. I went in the crib. I canceled my credit card and shit. Fucking grabbed my pistol. And that's when you see me run back out the back and shit to see was he at the edge of the alley.
Yeah, he was
gone.
He ain't tell me shit.
Then I went back in the crib and I grabbed George.
Yo, no, okay. So no offense. This is no offense to George. I fuck with George hard. Why the fuck would you grab George?
Me and George, we had this thing back in college that we wanted to whoop somebody's ass together.
Uh-huh.
So I would
legit.
I was just being real.
Legit.
I was just being real.
That is legit.
So you just nominate him for a future battle?
I thought you'd have been like, I thought you'd be like, oh, I know Ant with the shit. Yo, come on, Jim, we going. I wouldn't even ask no questions. Okay, cool.
Like George was he was in my opinion, like that's who he was. That's who he was. Like because of that. Like ever since high school, ever since college, he was like that with me. But we drove around looking for that nigga G. And at one point, we thought we seen him. We was chasing him, but he was on a bike, man. The nigga got away.
Look, if I walk into the loft and Ken is my right hand man since high school, and I'm with the shits, I'm grabbing G because I know he ain't gonna ask nothing. I'm gonna be like, G,
hell yeah,
we with the shits. G be like, hell yeah, let's go. I wouldn't even tell him where we going. I just give him the directions. Make a right, make a left, make a right.
That's that motherfucking Chicago mentality, man. Nigga, I need to know what's going on. I need to be prepared. You gonna have me out there ill prepared and shit.
Hold up, no.
I'm gonna say, G, get the banger.
No.
G, get the banger.
I was about to do something real fucked up at the condo, but I did ask. I was about to start growing weed there. You know what I'm saying? But I said something. And you know, Ken, he got all adult with me and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Did he go full house on you? Sit down, let's have a talk. Boy, I know you want to grow weed. Growing weed is still illegal in Illinois. And not only will it smell in the house, it can leave a very displeasurable experience for our neighbors.
He went full house on him.
Hey, them neighbors was cool as shit though. Remember we opened the door and had that joint party?
Oh my God. Don't remind me of that shit.
No, that's when that old bitch was on you, G.
God.
Hey, she was on him, yo.
Hold on.
She would not stop.
Okay, so everybody, I know this podcast is about Chicago, but these some good ass stories. Shut the fuck up and listen. This old broad came, and soon as she saw G, she made a beeline for this motherfucker.
On him. He was on his bumpers, like what?
Oh my God. She was confident about it too.
Yeah, she saw.
Hell no.
She saw her little cub to pounce on, man. She wants that shit.
That cougar wanted that cub, boy. That cougar was like, I see me a cub.
Wow.
Damn.
Hell no.
She was like a cheetah with asthma.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's it.
What's it? Decent, though?
You know what? You know what?
She ended up in my room at one point in time.
She did. You know what would be a good subject for our podcast, and we still gonna keep talking about this shit. We need to do drunk tales because I got some drunk tales.
Yeah, me too.
Shit. There's a lot of drunk tales.
I remember I was leaning so hard. I think Keisha was at the condo that time. I was leaning so hard, G. Ken woke me up. I had my head over my eyes. I thought I woke up dead.
That nigga was on the fucking floor, laid out with his legs and arms spread out, hat on his fucking head, so far down it's covering his eyes.
I was
we walked
hard.
in there like, is that nigga dead? Like, I had to kick that nigga real quick. Like,
man, I had
nigga,
so
you
much
alive?
man. I had Lil Wayne doses of codeine in my system. Yo, I woke up like, oh shit. Kim was like, what's wrong? I said, man, I thought I woke up dead.
Man, I remember Dave being fucking sloppy drunk on our bathroom floor, hanging out into the fucking, I don't know what the area called.
Shouts out to that nigga that he was so fucking drunk because he was so drunk that he didn't get that stripper lap dance he was supposed to got that day. That came to your boy.
That's why you got that. Okay.
So shout out for drinking that goddamn much because you made a most fantabular moment for myself.
Hey, shout out to the dude I gave alcohol poisoning to. I forgot his name, but I remember that. I hope you're doing better. I hope you're doing better in life.
Ooh, I remember that shit. Joe, so G, we were still going to Harold Washington at the time. This before I met you. So we were still going to Harold Washington, and this was before Ronnie came up. So we doing parties on 36 in Indiana.
Yeah.
It was
the Lawless.
Yeah, it was parties over there. One of the girls that we went to Harold Washington with, she had just got her apartment over there, her townhome.
Oh, I gotta tell you a story about that later. That's another podcast.
She was throwing parties, so we throwing parties over there. So one of the guys that used to come to a party, he ended up having a party at his house, and he was on 61st or 62nd and Prairie or some shit like that.
He's on Prairie. He's definitely on Prairie.
So we fucking we got like,
oh hell no.
Yeah, so we not Southside niggas like that, and so we just out there. Plus, we was deep anyway.
We deep as shit.
So we had like $200 worth of liquor or some shit.
Yeah, more than that.
Yeah, so we had that much. So we out there. We done caught the bus. We done jumped up off the Green Line, and we walking the rest of the way to the joint. And we get in there, nigga. We get into the party. They got one fucking what's that, half gallon of Seagram's gin or some shit, and they got this 16-year-old girl running around the party drunk as fuck, and we sitting here looking at this over $200 of liquor we got, and the fact that we like over 21 and it's a drunken 16-year-old girl running around the party. So we did about face about that motherfucker, right? So we said we ain't with this bullshit, and we went to the lakefront. And so one of the guys that we went to college with, he had his alcohol, and then we was already arguing because he was talking about his guy went to college can drink and under the table. And Ann was like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, man, he went to college. He was part of fraternity, man. He could drink you out of motherfucking under the motherfucking table. And we was like, bruh. I mean, he might have a hard time drinking me under the table. And I don't drink as much as Ant do. And I'm like, I damn sure know Ant. I ain't gonna, and Ant, when he was in the condo, he fucking was drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so we fucking get to the lakefront. We get to the lakefront now,
Shower
right?
Whiskey. Shout out to Shower Whiskey.
Yeah, I know, right? So we sitting there. This is when Armadale was out. So we had a whole thing of Armadale. We had Don Julio. We had a half gallon of some Bacardi something. And I can't remember the other stuff, but it was all of it. It was like other stuff was like vodka and maybe one gin. So
they brought some shit too, though. They brought some shit to the party.
Yeah. So we sitting at the lakefront just chilling, drinking like a motherfucker. So these two niggas going at it. They just going at it, drinking. And next thing you know, this nigga passed out. His eyes in the back of his fucking head. And my guy,
drunk. I was just sober.
And our motherfucking guy, he over there like, go to the place, go to the place that we talked about, go to the happy place, just go. And he rolling his eyes and we over there like drunk.
Go to the happy place.
Yeah, whatever he fucking said.
Trying to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, so we sitting over there, and then he did come to find out that the guy took some medication before he started drinking like that, and then we like drunk as fuck, and we like, so is he gonna be okay? And he'll be all right. Somebody was just to get help. Blah, blah, blah. So I don't know what the fuck he was saying because, I'm drunk as fuck, nigga. We done drunk probably over half all this damn liquor. And so he fucking, what? I don't know what happened. All I know is from that point when he passed out, we started fading away and we left with his liquor and whatever liquor we had left over. And then the next morning, we picked up. I mean, like the next night, all that leftover liquor we had from that night, we started drinking that shit.
And I was still sober. I was upset. I thought it was gonna be better than that. It made me upset. Bring me on the motherfucker. That's like calling Tyson out to fight motherfucking Mayweather. You start off fast, but when you catch that right hand, all my man Jordan Lucas said, he thought he had a plan to the fifth hit him. Thought he had a plan to the fifth hit him.
Hey, that shit was crazy. We was drunk as fuck too, and this nigga passed out.
I was sober as shit.
Shit, I know. I was mad.
I was mad. I was sober than a bitch.
Hey, ain't that time we decided to play hide and go seek and we was drunk as fuck?
Yeah, that shit was fun. This went from Chicago. This went from Chicago to Drunk Tales now. This shit.
Hey, it all happened in Chicago though, so
it counts.
That's fair.
We gotta get Juju on the podcast because Juju got to tell his story.
Yeah. Well, no. How? Because all of the stories I witnessed, Juju was not conscious to tell the story and did not remember it.
That's true. I wonder what happened to him on the north side when he disappeared. He got a Jesse, what's dude's name? Jesse Smollett, whatever the fuck his name is. Them boys got him. He hang out with us.
I just want to know how he didn't make it to the bathroom and he was standing in front of the bathroom door.
Oh, Greektown.
That's what I don't understand.
Shit. No, Greektown, he walked past the bathroom.
He walked past the bathroom in Greektown.
No, he pissed in front of the bathroom. No, he pissed in front of the payphone. They still had payphones.
Yeah, but at Spin, he fucking walked towards the bathroom, stopped in front of the door, and pissed right there.
Good boy.
It was 2 more feet, and he would have been in the bathroom at least.
All I know is this. I saw a motherfucker pick Juju up, carry his ass, and throw him out. Now, I wanted to run out there immediately. However, we just got a motherfucking picture of Long Island iced tea, and they Long Island iced teas were strong. So, and there was 6 cups in that motherfucking picture. And it was $10. So I couldn't just leave the liquor there. So we had to finish that. And then we went and looked for him.
Well, at least we know his priorities was in order.
Well, I was supposed to look for him first? Fuck, I'm going to do with the alcohol. I'm just going to leave the alcohol there? Fuck out of here.
Hey, I'm saying you made the right choice.
Okay, cool. I want to make sure it's the right choice. Fuck out of here. I ain't finna. No, he knew what he was getting into. Shout out to Juju and the misadventures of Juju. That's gonna be. We gotta make it a podcast. The misadventures of Juju.
The Juju Chronicles, man.
Shout out to Juju.
Man, I hung out with him a few times, just me and him solo. My man's, he needs to just have him a bottle of water.
That's because Juju hung out with everybody solo.
Juju said he slowed down there.
You know what the thing is with Juju? Every night ended the same with him. Slumped over, sleep somewhere.
Justin too?
Yep, Justin too.
Yeah,
Justin.
Shout out to Justin. Shout out to Justin for falling asleep in front of fucking speakers.
I was just about to say that shit. How the hell you in the middle of the party knocked out cold in front of the speaker though, man? Like he was gone and
so let me
speaker just beating the shit out his ear.
And Justin hear this, and you gonna hear this because I'm gonna make sure you check out this podcast. Justin hooked me up with the dopest fucking party I ever been to. I have never partied at white people houses by my house. Like this dude literally lived like half a block away. So we go in there, right? He got this bad light-skinned bitch in there. I guess he was fucking her. So I walk in, she's smiling and winking. She's like, where you from? I'm from down the street. Oh, okay. Justin was like, oh yeah, she in that gangbang shit. I was like, oh, work? So he's like, yeah. So we go in, right? These motherfuckers have a bathtub full of ice and every type of beer imaginable. Then you go to the back. They got motherfucking like big ass half-gallon bottles pouring drinks. They got professional bartenders back there. We fucking got fucked up. All I remember was, luckily I was next to the house. I staggered home. I said, man, go sleep on the couch. And he went to sleep on the couch. And for some reason, I slept on the small couch. I don't know why I didn't go in my bedroom. I just got drunk and fell asleep on the small couch.
Maybe you decided you made it far enough.
And all I know is this. Shout out to the white college boys. Them motherfuckers know how to party.
Them motherfuckers are the innovators of partying.
They drink until when I went to school out there in PA, it's the first time ever. These motherfuckers put vodka in a beer bong. I hit that shit. Fuck that. Because I was still drinking at the time. They're like, you can't drink that. I said, what you want to put on it? I put $100. You can't drink. I said, man, put that shit down. Then they pouring the shit down. I'm hitting it. Hit it. Didn't drink it. Then waits to drop. Damn! So I was like, this is what I do.
But okay, so question real quick.
Shout out to the white boys.
So we all been to a white person party, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, prior to,
do we remember these parties?
I'm not saying do you remember. I'm just saying you went to one, right? That's all I'm saying. All right. So prior to going to a white person party, have the idea ever crossed your head to use the tub as a cooler?
No.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
It never crossed my head. It never crossed
my head neither.
And so after that, then I said, yo, these motherfuckers are innovators.
I remember somebody doing that in my family.
They need a Nobel drink prize.
Shit, your family must have been exposed to the realness and put the rest of y'all on. Because I never thought about ever using the tub for a cooler.
This shit changed my whole perspective on drinking. I said, we've been doing this shit wrong. Fuck, we need a cooler fund in the bathtub right up there.
We out here dumping coolers and shit. Well, we could have just unplugged the tub.
I'm saying, these motherfuckers, man. That shit was, man, look, all I know is this. I was fucked up. I remember one night, okay, so we're going to get into drunk stories. I remember one night, me and Justin was sitting out there at Cheese Park, and we was drinking, and we had a bet going on. We drinking 151. The first motherfucker that throws up loses. We drinking 151 straight. So we get over there by fucking by Mike's Italian Ice, and that's where all the famous people go and shit, like Oprah and all them, right? So this motherfucker throws up on somebody's shoe. Look up, man, this motherfucking Jesse Jackson. I said, what the fuck? I said, yo, you fucked up Jesse's shoe, G.
Y'all motherfuckers crazy.
He was mad, but I was happy because he had to bat at the next round. So fuck Jesse. Shout out to his Bruno Maggies though, man. Rest in peace.
All right, so to follow up, last question of the segment. What was a part of Chicago that you went to for the first time that on first impression you thought was the shit, but it later turned out that you're not gonna ever go to that area again?
My baby mama's house.
I would say down by that lake.
Where at though?
Just past the Bean. Right on the river. The river.
Was you going to Montrose?
Well, Montrose Beach is all the way north.
Yeah, not the beach.
You talking about the lakefront past the Bean, where the Millennium Bean is at?
That shit was scary.
I'm trying to think of what the fuck you talking about.
Just the lakefront where all the boats and shit be parked at.
Oh wow,
he talking about right there at where Lake Street. Yeah, where the yacht club.
I know what you're talking about.
That shit was scary, man.
Why was you scared?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that part out.
I watched too many movies, man, and that water was too cold. I ain't never been to that kind of shit.
You scared of clowns?
I'm about to say shit over there, but money.
I'm scared of hell of water, though. That's a lot of water, man.
Now, right there, that's not a lot of water.
No, it's not. It's shallow on that end. That's where the money at. It smells like V's over there.
Yeah.
I see what he mean because if you ain't never seen a body of water like that before and been there,
y'all niggas, don't y'all got the Mediterranean Sea or some shit down there by y'all? The Gulf or some shit?
Well, we can't walk up to it. We can't walk up to it like that because
now we can, though.
Really?
Now we can. Yeah, we can.
No, I'm saying because I'm saying at that time we couldn't really walk up to it because along the shores of the Mississippi River and shit, the only way you get close to it is if you work there because they got like the porch and they got whatever like right there. Unless you work there, At that time, you couldn't walk on them.
They built a ledge down there.
Everybody loves a ledge.
Yeah,
no pun. But yeah, it's they built a little ledge, a little walkthrough, so you can walk down there and take pictures under the Vicksburg River and all that shit.
yeah.
And I don't like
That's
being over
cute.
there, man. It's just that
That's
big
cute,
ass
that's
body
nice.
of water. The big body of water just man, it's
Oh, man,
uncomfortable, man, because I can't swim
in
worth shit,
Vicksburg,
man.
huh?
And,
They got
you know, if I slip a toe up in that water, nigga, I'm
Vicksburg.
already
That
a
sound
goner.
racist as hell. Vicksburg.
How come? Pittsburgh, Vicksburg?
I don't
Hattiesburg.
know.
But
Maybe
the
because
difference
it's
is
say Vic.
the difference is we know that Pittsburgh is racist.
I didn't know that.
I know that from experience. Well, I know that from experience.
And I believe you.
I know that from experience.
Vicksburg just sound like
Vicksburg sounds like it.
They got hood like a motherfucker.
But Pittsburgh is definitely is.
But
yeah, they actually talk about that on the Men That Built America.
Trust me, as a motherfucker who lived there, it is very.
But hell yeah. But for me though, the first place I went to that I thought was the shit that I would never in my fucking life go back again was 79th and Halstead.
Oh, why would you? Oh,
come on,
nigga.
This has got to be before you met me.
Yeah, this was when I was still going to Hair Washington, and we wasn't exactly on 79th and Halstead though, but we was off 79th.
Is that you?
Probably about yeah. That was not you place. What was the dude with the braids? They had the tattoo of the chain on his.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It was his crib. So like the first
I was
time
down in that place, man.
Yeah, so the first time we went there, right? So, you know, it's summertime, and you know all the hoes was out. They was legs out, everything up and down the street. And you know, a nigga like me, you know, I was in heaven. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, fuck shit. Why ain't I never been over here like this before? So we out walking up and down 79th, just chilling. Then we go back over to the homie house. And, you know, we chop it up with him. And then, you know, after a while, we end up leaving. So next time we end up going over there, it was a motherfucking party. So I'm like, he invited us to the party at his house. And we was like, fuck yeah, definitely me. I'm like, yeah, because last time I was with me, all the bitches was out, man, nigga.
I was on Sangleman, right?
I believe so.
I'm on for sure me and you was driving together and you actually pointed this out to me.
I believe that was the street. And so we sitting over there and we at the party, dude, nigga. We get drunk in the motherfucker. You know, I'm all over motherfuckers. I'm on them. Like, nigga, I'm finna get me one of these bitches tonight. So then when the party was over with, you know, I'm drunk as fuck and I drove. So they wouldn't let me leave because I was drunk and they wouldn't let me drive home. So, you know, one of the girls that we went to college with, she drove with me in the car. She drove my car to drop Ant and them off at the motherfucking at the red line so they can catch it, because they all came with me. He dropped them off at the red line so they can get home.
I remember going home.
So I had the motherfucking stay because they wouldn't let me drive. So I'm like, good. I woke up because, you know, I can't really sleep in other people's places like that. I just can't do it. I can't get comfortable enough to fully go to sleep. I might close my eyes for a second, but at like a couple minutes, I'm up, like looking around. So once I finally got sober enough to drive, I've been ready to go out the motherfucking door. I'm like, I'm putting my shoes on and shit, getting ready to go out the door. So one of the little pretty ass little red bone chicks that live over there, she come walking in the dude's house with this huge knife on her motherfucking side of her leg. And I'm looking like, what the fuck is Xena Warrior Princess on? And she come in like, man, they out there shooting, man. They shooting like crazy. They shot the block up and shit. And I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna have to fucking stay over here some more. I'm ready to fucking go home, man. Now it's like 9 o'clock in the morning. Now it's 11. Now it's 12. I'm like, fuck, I'm ready to go home. And then once everybody was like, man, everything had calmed down, I junked the deuces so motherfucking hard. I jumped in my car and got the hell up out of there. Ain't never been back since.
Man, sometimes you just gotta forget a place.
All right, I'm gonna say my old place on 26th. I think the motherfucker's probably dead by now, but I don't want to go back there. They probably dead by now. They gang bang too hard. They probably dead. I made a lot of. I'm not their favorite people. Is the problem? I'm not their favorite person. But they probably dead, so I don't know. Maybe I will go back there when white people move over there. I don't know.
Man, don't go over there.
They gonna pop up out of one.
Sometimes you just gotta forget a place.
Man,
hold up, you saying like a place that you thought was the shit. You mean like a place that you thought was different from what it actually ended up being?
Oh, okay, no. Okay, I'm sorry then. I never wanted to go there to begin with. I apologize.
A part of Chicago that you end up going to and your first impressions was this place is the shit, but then reality sat in and then you realize this is not that place I want to hang out at.
Yeah, not on 26. My bad. That's what Latin King said. I'm sorry. I never liked that place.
Yeah, it was actually it was our cure. It was the condo. It was condo for me. Mm-hmm. Like, because on the south side, you know what I'm saying, I hung out everywhere. Like, I mean, from the low end, pretty much through all out the projects. Like, so anything that would make me uncomfortable had probably already happened, if so. So it's like moving off the south side of Chicago all the way to the fucking whatever y'all want to call that, the west side or whatever it is. Moving over there and shit, it's like I said, you was there, you heard the pitch the dude gave us. Mm-hmm. So it was like how he described it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm taking it visually for granted because there was nobody outside, you know what I'm saying, during the time that all of these things were going on and shit. And plus, you know, I used to get my hair braided down the street. So it's like I hadn't run into anything over there. But it's like after we was there for a while, you know what I'm saying, and I started running into little issues here and there and shit. With I guess the vice lords or whatever, and then whatever the fuck was on our block or what was over there and shit, you know. And then when I seen dude get stabbed across the street, it was like I started saying like this ain't shit like I thought it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? This nothing like the way dude made it sound like it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And and then like with the shit that happened, like, I don't know, when a dude died up in the gangway across the street and shit.
Oh yeah.
When they popped his ass and shit. It's like I was standing there looking at the shit. So it's like it's a school right here. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucking school right here. But I mean, those were the things that made me see it for what it really was. Then all of the shit we got away with. Come on now, like when we was doing a little throw him up in the trunk shit. Like the shit that come on now, all of the shit we used to do and the police ain't come over there.
Hell yeah, that was like some fucked up shit. It showed that part didn't turn out to what that dude said it was gonna be.
Nah,
that motherfucker gave us a hell of a sales pitch.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do.
It's like by the time they asked us if we want to buy it, we had already seen it for what it was, though.
Yeah, because we were still a little slightly interested in buying it. But then when we saw how much it cost, you know, how much money it was to buy it, we was like, nah, we good.
So y'all just kept renting?
Nah, yeah. I think that was the end of that. We rented it till our lease was over.
Yeah, we stayed for like another year or two, I think, after that.
No, I think it was either 1 year after that or it was like the rest of the lease of that year. Because I think our lease was close to being up when we went to that little thing that they had in the building.
No, we had to stay a little longer because we got to know what's the name. We met him the day of the day that we went to that lease meeting. We met our neighbor, the one that knocked on our door. Was like, man, I thought that was the police knocking on my door. We met him on that day.
Which neighbor?
The motherfucker that had the Maserati. I can't even think of the nigga name.
I wonder how that neighborhood looks now.
Oh my God, it looked fucked up. I literally just drove over there. Rio. His name was Rio.
Oh yeah, Rio. Yeah.
Yeah, we met him then.
Oh so yeah.
We got to know him after that. So you know what I'm saying. Okay. We had to be there for a little more time.
Yeah, so they didn't fix the neighborhood up or nothing.
No, that neighborhood deteriorated from the minute we moved in on down.
When we moved out, the building was already gone to shits.
Yeah.
They didn't went
because they had changed. They switched management, and we never seen anybody again.
Yeah, and then they motherfucking went through 2 motherfucking trash pickup people, and then trash just started building up in the fucking the alleyway and shit, and the little open field they had behind there.
It was so fucked up, dude.
Showing up there, and then
so
that's
y'all basically just was like, fuck it. They not finna clean this shit up. We might well just bounce.
We was already kind of like irritated with the way things was going. Because like that front door, once it got broken for the second time, they just was like fucking. They stopped trying to fix it, and then
they never fixed the back gate either.
Yeah, and then the motherfucking shit just started deteriorating, and then apartments started getting broken into, and all different type of shit. So yeah, we started making more of a conscious decision to get the hell on up out of there. Although we had great times at that place, but it's like they say, every good thing comes to an end. So we had to get up out of there.
The Skyline was the shit.
Yeah, man. Skyline was the shit.
I would love to give a shout out to all you motherfuckers that tried to put shit on our Skyline that didn't belong and then found out how bougie I was, but fuck y'all.
So just in case, y'all listening, y'all thinking we talking about Chicago Skyline. No, we talking about the Skyline we had in the condo. Went across the top of the cabinets of all the great liquor.
All the liquor. Yes.
And also shout out to that mop bucket that held the Miller's Light that my man G threw in there. Shout out for that bucket for taking that L to hold the Miller's Light for us, okay?
And that trash can.
Oh yeah, and the trash can too. Shout out to you. Shout out to you as well.
The funny thing was it was Bud Light girls at our party and shit. And one of them came and asked us like for a beer or some shit. And I don't know if she asked us she was like, we told her where the beer was, like it's over there, in the trash up in the bucket and shit. She was like, I want to drink what y'all drinking. Like, oh, like we was drinking Guinness, if I'm not mistaken.
Like, hey, shout out to G for introducing me to Le Fin du Monde.
Oh man.
Oh shit, Le Fin du Monde. Remember that, Ronnie?
Le Fin du Monde.
I've been drinking that beer ever since, man. I remember I went to Philly and they were selling that bitch in cases for like, I think it was like $60. I bought the case, like, give me that.
Jeez.
And then give me another one.
So this right here would be technically a shout out to Chris, but it's really a shout out to the bartender Mike that worked at the Boundary at the time. And me, Juju, and Chris. Me, Juju, and Ken all got some Le Fin du Monde that night. But Juju didn't hear the story the bartender told me and Ken, in all fairness. So
and by the time Juju realized what's happening, he had already drunk too.
Yeah, he was already on the second one.
Shut up.
He had a hell of a night.
Raise your glass to Jew. I'm raising my glass of Glenlivet right now for Jew. Shout out to Jew.
I smoke something for him.
Shout out to Jew. And also shout out to that refrigerator door that Ronnie was sleeping on when he drunk Le Fin du Monde for the first time.
Shout out to the fridge. That's a strong fridge. It has strong bond. Got a strong background.
What fridge are we talking about?
At his house, man, when he got the Le Fin du Monde, he fell asleep in the refrigerator.
Oh no, fuck you. No, fuck G. So okay. So I got a break from school, so I go down there, right? And he's like, man, this shit Samuel's, man. You gotta try this shit. It's 15% alcohol. You gotta get this beer. I said, okay. So I went and got me because I already know they didn't have it in Pittsburgh where I was at. So I got like four packs of Le Fin du Monde. I got a bunch of other liquor. Then I got because they sold them in individual bottles. I got like 5 of them motherfuckers. So I'm sitting before I go to class. I'm like, man, let me go ahead and crack one of these Le Fin du Mondes real quick. And then let me crack this Samuels. Let me see what the fuck you talking about with the Samuels. Man, I hit a shot of whiskey and had a Samuel. I'm like, I don't even need this Le Fin du Monde. This shit put me where I need to be. Had me in class drunk and shit. Fuck you. Eat a bag of fucking newspaper clippings. Hell yeah, you.
Man, I don't even know. I don't even know what beer you talking about. I gotta go look it up and shit, man.
It's Samuel's, man. This shit's 15% alcohol.
That sounds familiar. That sounds like a beer that I've had.
You told me about it, motherfucker. So yes, you had it.
I gotta verify that, man. I gotta verify that.
Anyway. Who fact checking? We gotta get a fact checker. Anyway.
Man, we went through so many beers. I can't even recall.
Yeah, but it's you know what? This is another great episode. Y'all motherfuckers lucky to be listening to us.
Tell me about it.
Our liquor adventures was cool because, so my liquor adventure was pretty much I drank MGD. in high school, it was mostly Tanqueray. I remember drinking gin, mostly. And then I remember me and my boy Chris. I remember us like sitting in the Ivy Well extensions up in a hallway drinking on some Jim Beam. And I remember me and him used to like cut class and go to the lake, and we used to like get a little E&J, shit like that. But a little bit later on, I jumped. My brother started drinking Special Export, so I started drinking that shit, and that was a little better. That was a little better. And then, of course, Heineken, Corona, and shit started rolling my way. But
I want to say,
once I got with
a special shout out to all my teachers, especially the one in homeroom, Mr. Newman, who knew goddamn well that wasn't Coke that I was drinking. So shout out to him for believing in me.
Why would you be drinking Coke? You snort it. You don't drink it.
I don't think he's talking about that kind of Coke, dog.
Cola, motherfucker.
Sometimes you gotta put the cola. When you fucking with G, you gotta put cola on in a Coke for him, because he's gonna already generalize it as a powdered substance. So
shout out to my teacher who believed in me.
I'm telling you, G is the most famous.
Teachers that believed it in you.
Shout out to him.
What'd you say? I'm the most famous what?
I'm telling you, G is the most famous cokehead I know without doing coke.
Yeah.
Are we sure? Can we fact check that? Let's fact check that.
All right, I'll put it out there. No biggie.
Can we fact check that?
Hey, look, hey, you cool.
Man, I don't think I ever told you this, G.
You cool, man. You sure you want to put that out there like that? Because I'm saying you cool. We don't need fact check on that, okay?
This was a good episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Tell me about it.
This episode was brought to you by alcoholism. Shout out to alcoholism.
Hell yeah.
People who ain't quitting.
Yeah, because if you quit, then you a quitter.
Shout out to alcoholism. Whatever motto is, raise your glass to that. And shout out to the cup killers. Shout out to all my men from the back, the cup killers. Shout out y'all. Shout out to y'all.
Cup killers.
Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate getting drunk in the animal courtyard and
that's some real drunk ass shit right there.
Remember we used to get drunk after playing basketball?
Oh man, I got drunk before playing basketball. I went to the basketball court, drank 2 beers, and then got on the court.
No wonder why your ass missed them free throws.
I don't miss shit. I'm like LA Game Bang. I hit everything.
I thought LA Game Bangers were drive-bys and they missed a few things.
No, they hit everything. That was the problem.
Demolish the whole side of your house with just one round.
No matter who the fuck they aiming for, they hit everybody.
They shot your name into your home. Yeah,
I'm sorry, all my Compton homies. Now I apologize.
Fuck you, Compton.
But y'all LA County anyway. Y'all motherfuckers don't count. So it's cool. It's cool.
Y'all niggas crazy. All right, so we're gonna call it right there, yo. A great episode in the books. This your homie Kim Bro, your host of the Ledge, the 3 co-hosts. We got G, 2 Country, and Local Hero.
Second City Saint, bitch.
And we about this bitch. Peace.
Aurora's not Chicago.
Nope.
But then again, who gives a fuck?
Not Jesus.